it's noon now. And Peter and I are actually coming to you from Florida right now. We're both here together. So we actually had one of our designer roundtable discussion groups this morning, which we've been doing all over the country. You've probably seen them in the trade roundup emails that we've been sending out. But we had a really productive and great group this morning of designers here in Orlando, Florida. So yeah, so we have the opportunity to be together. I don't think Peter and I have been together for one of these ever. So it's very, very cool. And very excited to get going. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And I'm going to take myself off of video, but I will still be here. So if you have questions, again, just feel free to pipe up or put it into the chat function. All right. So you're probably somewhat familiar with our website at this point. If you're not, then we'll go through some of the basics as well. But this is our homepage. There's a couple of things just of note to look at here. First of all, you can look at brand new items by clicking on the new link here. You can look at in-stock items by clicking on in stock. You can also go to our vendor menu and click on vendor, and you'll see all of our vendors listed here. If you click on view all vendors, it will show you every single vendor that we have and then a link to their page. We also have some that are available upon request. Those are actually vendors that we are currently onboarding their catalogs, but we do have the ability to order from. If you click on any one of these, it will take you to a form page that will then send an email to our concierge services team. So if you ever wanted to have an item added from any of these vendors, you would simply just fill in the form, or you could just email us directly at the concierge email. And I'll go through all of that at the very end. But this is where we have all of our vendors. Oh, it looks like we might have a raised hand in the group. Blake, if you want to, if you feel comfortable talking, feel free to unmute yourself.
Yeah.
That was an accident. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, no problem. No problem whatsoever. Don't mean to point you out in the group. All right, great. So this is where we have the information about our trade program, and then our club bulletin page is actually where we upload all of these videos. So every time we have one of these concierge hours, we do video them, we record them, and they're available through our club bulletin page. I do want to just briefly go through some of the product pages as well. So if we're looking at, let's just say we're looking at dining tables. It'll take you obviously to that main category page, and then you have the ability to sort of drill down into whatever you want to look at, whether it's furniture, outdoor. You can look at pricing information. The search filtering capabilities is fairly robust here. It gives you dimensional information, whether or not items are upholstered. Yes.
I personally don't see the screen being shared.
Oh.
Am I alone in that?
No.
Let me know if you guys see it now.
Yep.
Wonderful. Sorry about that. Thank you. So let's just go over briefly. Again, we have the new items, we have the in-stock items, our vendor list. You can view all vendors here. We also have the available on request vendors here, which take you to the form to fill out, and then our club bulletin page up here at the top. And what I did is I just went into furniture and then dining tables. And now I'm on the page where all of our dining tables are located. And again, our search filter bar here, I can look at specific pricing if I want to. I can look by vendor. So if we want to look at essentials for living, wink, wink, because we have essentials for living here today, we can look at all their products. So that's really nice. And then also other capabilities where you can narrow down your searches by color, dimensional information, materials, etc. Also, if we have commercial grade material and product, that will be an option on the search filter bar as well. Now, if I click into an item, what you will see, since I'm not logged in here, you're just going to see the map pricing. Now, Essentials for Living gives us the retail, the MSRP price, as well as the map price. So when I'm logged in, I will be able to see what my pricing is as a member. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to click into the login here. And then it'll take you right back to this page, and you'll see what your membership pricing is. The nice thing too is that we show you whether or not this item is currently in stock. If it is not, it will show it as being back ordered, or it will show made to order if it's a made to order item. Our arrival time here, our lead times, these are arrival times. These are not production lead times. So this is actually what it takes to get to you, 3 to 5 weeks. And if you just click on the little I button, it shows you what exactly that means. You also have the ability at any time to click through, and you can actually click on the Contact Us Now button, which will take you right to a concierge member as well if you have any questions about an item. Now, typically when you're on a product page, the thing that you want to do is click Add to Cart. But we actually work in a project board capability here, and it allows you to keep your projects maintained and managed in a much more organized way. So rather than clicking Add to Cart, which just basically adds it to the cart on the website and then you can check out and it's not associated to any project, if you click Add to Board, I can click any board that I want to that I've created, or I can create a new board here if I want to under this project, or create a whole new project here as well. So it's really nice to be able to do that and then organize your rooms any way you wish. You can either organize it by category, you can organize it by room type, you can add it, you can also do it by vendor if you're going to be ordering from one vendor. So it really allows a great flexibility for you to do that. And then if you scroll down the page a little bit, you'll see additional information. So you'll see weight and dimension information, specification information from the vendor that we receive, the return policy from the vendor as well. This is very important, especially if you are ordering and you do allow for returns. So just be very conscientious about what the return policy is, because we as a company, Daniel House Club does not have our own return policy. We basically enforce the policies of all of our vendors. So if our vendors allow for the return, then we allow for the return, and we will coordinate a return for you. There's also information about the shipping policy that we have, and then also additional information about any disclaimers. This gives you an overview on the product page of all the information that you're looking at. So let's just kind of delve a little bit further into what the project looks like. So if we go to our account page, this shows you, this is our dashboard. So if you click on the dashboard here, you'll actually go to where your most recent projects are. You can click on all of your projects, or you can click on your 4 most recent projects here as well. I can also click on order history, and I'll be able to see all of my orders that I've placed. I can also click on addresses and change addresses that I have on file. Also, I can manage my account. So if I wanted to upgrade or downgrade my account at any time, I can do that. There's also a help menu here from within the dashboard where I can start a claim if I need to. There's also an FAQ page. Our how-to videos are really, really helpful in basically helping you when you first get started using Daniel House. It walks you through how to create a project, how to create a board, how to create a cart from a project board, and then the various options that we have for checkout, which we will also review here as well. And then the Contact Us page, that just shows you how to get in contact with us. There's also a form to fill out if you wish. And then we also added this Meet with a Concierge button here. This is if you want to establish a one-on-one relationship with a concierge, you can just click the Meet with a Concierge button, and that will link to a calendar where you can schedule a video teleconference with one of our concierge services members. You can do that at any time, at any stage of your membership. So it doesn't have to be right when you first start your membership. It can actually be if you're starting a new project and you need help, or if you want to run ideas past us, or if you have special nuances or situations around that particular project that you want to brush by us or just bounce off of us. You can also set up a meeting at that time as well. So that is really open to you as a member at any time to utilize. So if I'm going to go back into a project here that I have, this was actually a project that I created for our Memorial Day sale where we were asked to come up with some picks. So when you click into a project, you'll see a ton of information here. So you'll obviously see the date that the project was created. You'll see the name, any descriptor information that you have. If you wish to share a portion of your discount, then you also can do that here by just clicking on Edit Board Details, or you can also edit it at the project level. So you can create a discount at the project level if you wish. For this, I was literally just taking the entire discount because this was not a quote unquote project. I was literally just making suggestions. But you will also see down here what the unit price is, the total price, and if you have a discount, I'm just going to go ahead and put in here, I'll share 50% of my discount, which is a very generous portion. So if you click Update Board, then if we go back here, you'll actually see the price that you're sharing out with your client as part of what your discount would be. So that if you share this board out with your client, the only thing that they're going to see is the amount of your discount that you're sharing with them. They're never going to see your entire discount unless you actually say that you want to share 100% of your discount, which we hope you're not doing. So you'll see some very basic information here. And then I can also click into each one of these to go to the product page directly. This also gives you a roundabout estimate of how much you're going to be saving, how much your client is going to be saving, and also how much your potential profit is going to be as well. And then from within a board, if you want to share this board in a non-transactional way, you can share it with or without pricing. And if you're in a collaborative state with your client, you can do this, like I said, with or without pricing. If you click, let's just say without pricing, whoops. If we go to the with pricing, that link doesn't seem to be working right now. Sorry about that. So if you click on either one of these, it will take you to a pop-up window. And the pop-up window will actually show you whether or not you can put in a message, you can send it directly from the system, or there's a little copy link button that you can press, and you can input the link to this particular board into an email or into a CRM that you use, however you communicate with your clients, basically. So you can link to this particular board from that. Then if we go to checkout, this is the point at which you become transactional, of course. I can just simply click checkout with my card, I take my full discount, and I'm done. And then I invoice my client offline from Daniel House Club. I can also check out as my client with their credit card and apply a discount if I wish. If not, they can just pay retail and then you get your discount. If that is the case, then what we do for that option, and also when you send the cart or the invoice to your client, is that we send you the difference of whatever you're not sharing as a discount as a commission payout to you. We do that with a 30-day grace period. And the reason we do that with a 30-day grace period is because it allows for, if you do have a potential issue or a return or anything like that, it just allows for that time frame to lapse. I would say by far the more popular of the checkout when you're sharing a cart or an invoice with a client would be to send it to your client directly. That option allows you to basically check out as your client. You can send it to them, and then they have the ability to take it through the whole checkout system. They can check what type of service they want as far as the delivery. and then they can pay with their credit card. They get an order confirmation, you get an order confirmation, and then they also get to take advantage of all of the features that we have that we send to you relative to reporting. So they will get the order confirmation, they will get a vendor confirmation email once we get the estimated ship dates, and they will also get the weekly open order report that we send out. But of course, it will only be for their project. Now, our designers, our members, will actually get a report for all of their projects. So if you're ordering for multiple projects, you'll get an open order report every week on Wednesday, stipulating all of your projects, lot by line item. The open order report also will indicate whether or not there is a change in the shipment dates for any particular item. So we will indicate the previous shipment date, and if there has been a change, what that new change is. So that's really convenient, not only for you, but also for your clients, so you can set expectations for them and also just have complete transparency into where things are at. I can also delete a board. So if I'm done with this board, I can just click delete. We don't allow you to delete a project, however. The reason for that, it was very deliberate, was that if you deleted a project, it would be completely gone. So if there were aspects of that project that you wanted, it would have been gone completely. So you do have a way to archive a project. So if I click back into this at the project level, you have the option here to archive rather than delete a project. And what that does is it just takes it out of your active list here on the left on the dashboard screen, and it puts it into an archive. So if I click view all here, the view all function will definitely let me know these are my actives, and then I can click archive here and I'll see all of my archived projects here, and I can access those at any time. Now, the dashboard screen will also show you, if you click into dashboard, it will also show you your cart summary here. This is something that I like to keep kind of a little cleaner and scrubbed up a little bit, because if you have a cart that you've created that is no longer a cart that you're using, I recommend deleting it, because this will show you whether, when you've sent a cart to a client, it'll show you whether or not that order has been placed or not. And it'll indicate that by the order number column here, the second column over. It will actually show you what the order number is. So if we go here, you can see here, this is the order number for that particular cart that I sent to a client. And it will also indicate whether or not it has shipped. It'll also indicate whether or not the client saw this, whether they paid for it, and also whether, like I said, whether it's shipped or not. So it's really important to keep this cart summary list, you know, as kind of narrowed down and clean as possible. I have 4 pages of carts here, so a lot of these are erroneous carts, but that I need to get rid of. So I'm not doing a good job at practicing what I preach. But nonetheless, you can also see that who the recipient was. You can see the project name. You can also see the board name. You can send multiple boards to a client at the same time. And you can also check out with multiple boards as well. So even if you have different discount structures, if you're sharing a portion of your discount, you have the ability to create a single cart or a single invoice to your client for multiple boards, which is really helpful. You can also request a product under, so if you go up to where your name is located, if you just click on request a product, this will actually take you to our page to create a form. So you can basically say, I want to make a request. So I'm going to click make a request, or I can click on meet a concierge, whatever you would like to do. And then that will actually take you directly to a page where you fill out the form. It will go to our concierge services team, and we will set up an appointment with you. Now, the Meet a Concierge button will take you directly to the calendar. So that will take you right to a calendar where you can set up a meeting right away on your own. The other, where you make a request, that is actually a form that goes to our concierge services team. You can also, in the vendor request, if there's a particular vendor that you work with on a regular basis, you can also request that to basically see if we can forge a relationship with a vendor that you have a relationship with. So we will take a look at that. We will forward that on to our product and our catalog team and see if it's a good fit for our current vendor mix or not. And then we will let you know. All right. I think that's really about it. That's all I wanted to go over. Oh, one other thing I just wanted to go over recently that we just did a switch on for our Canadian clients is we have the ability to select our site to transact and also display in both Canadian dollars and also US dollars. So if you are a Canadian client, you have the ability to just click on Canada under CAD and everything will show up in Canadian dollars. And then when you go to check out, you will also check out in Canadian dollars as well. All right. I am going to head back over and I'll go to video again. And I'm going to introduce Janna from Essentials for Living. Janna, I think you're here. There you are. If you can unmute yourself, that would be great.
All right, can you hear me?
Hi, Janna. Yes.
Hi,
nice.
Robert.
I have Peter here as well, who I know you know very well.
Yes, hi, Peter and Kristen.
Oh, yes, yes. So yeah, welcome, Janna. And we're really pleased to have Essentials for Living join us today. Obviously, Essentials for Living is one of our larger vendors, and we do a lot of business with Essentials for Living. And we're really happy to have you aboard and to kind of talk about product, talk about the company, and also, you know, you have an active audience here. So we look forward to seeing all that you have to offer. I do have your presentation, so I'll go ahead and share my screen out. And then as we go along, just let me know when you want to switch to the next slide and we'll move forward.
All right.
One moment, let me just share my screen out. Okay, here we are. So take it away, Janna.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. I want to introduce myself. I'm Janna Villalobos. I am the brand manager here at Essentials for Living. Joining me behind the scenes, you'll meet them later. We got Blake Peckham, who is our director of e-com. He'll be here for moral support, maybe share some life lessons along the way and help with some Q&A at the end. And then Courtney, who is actually the account rep for Daniel House Club. So on behalf of our team, we just want to thank Peter and Daniel House Club team for inviting us to be part of this month's Concierge Hour. So I'll go ahead and kick it off. Just starting off on that next slide, a little history about our brand. If you want to go on to that next slide, Robert, that'd be great.
Can you see?
I think I see the introduction page still.
Ah,
Do you still see it? Okay.
I'm on the About Us page, the second.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a little delayed on my end. Let's see.
Here.
It could be our Wi-Fi. It looks like it's good, but
Yeah, it looks like it's not. You know, let me stop sharing and I'll try to share again. 1 second.
Okay, no worries.
Okay. All right, I think we got it. There we go.
There we go. Great, thank you.
I'll Do the full screen. There we go.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So just to kick off with just a little history about our brand, we are a family-owned and operated company that began back in 1977. It's actually almost 50 years old. And believe it or not, we started off selling office furniture. So some of you may or may not know this, but we were formerly known as Star International Furniture and Orient Express Furniture. Star was much more modern, a lot of smoke and crackled glass, very Italian-inspired pieces, whereas Orient Express Furniture is much more traditional in feel. So just think like reclaimed wood. I feel like there was like a lot of clover print on a lot of the things that we did. And then in 2018 is when the family decided to merge the brands together. And that's when we became Essentials for Living, which is the brand you know today. It's really evolved into a much more transitional line. So we carry both indoor and outdoor furniture. We've also expanded into accessories as well, and really offer a wide variety of styles that allow you to really mix and match our pieces to create just whatever vibe your client is going for. We are headquartered here in Orange County, California, and most everything that we do is here in-house. So from our product design and development to the sampling, down to all the product images that you see, along with all the marketing, all of that happens here where we are. So we take a lot of pride in that team collaborative environment that we have. But I think that's what really allows us to deliver just the full customer experience to all of you. And then going on to the next slide, just continuing about what we offer. We actually have two very large distribution centers. One located actually here in our corporate office. It's actually right behind me. And then we also have another location in the East Coast in High Point, North Carolina. And that's what really gives us an advantage as a brand, is that it really allows our team to provide quick shipment and order fulfillment because we do stock a good majority of our product in both coasts. So that being said, I know, if you have a client that last minute wants to host like a holiday or whatnot, and they're needing a dining table or a sideboard, we're a very good vendor or a very good resource to go to. So keep that in mind. And then I just want to jump into the fun part now, which is our product bestsellers and highlights. So we're really well known for our dining category. And on the next slide, you'll really see just the great assortment of dining chairs that we offer. One of the biggest things that are really identifiable to our brand is the rope product that we do. Our iconic pieces shown here, it was like our first bestseller, was the loom dining chair with that pretty X-back detail. And then following that, our tapestry became our really big hit for the brand. It really works into, again, a lot of different styles of homes. I'm sure you've seen these pieces on your Pinterest boards and Instagram, but we're really proud of these products. And then, if you're looking for something a little more on the coastal side, which we offer, a lot of that vibe, our Lucia dining chair shown in that bottom right lifestyle image, it really is a nice way to tie in with that like wicker detail. And then all of the pieces you see in those images, they are available both in indoor and outdoor as well, which is great. So we do a dining chair version in addition to a counter stool. And then some of these are also available in bar height, which is nice. Our outdoor line, the difference is that we do offer it on a teak base versus our solid mahogany here. And then there's loose cushions, which is nice. So you can take those off and store those, during the off season. Now, if you are looking for a dining table to go with, or if you're on the hunt for something just really durable, I highly recommend any of our acacia dining tables. I think you've seen some of these pieces as Robert was scrolling through. Our number one bestseller, hands down, is our Adler dining table. It's that one shown on the top right there on the left. Just really transitional stuff. You're looking for something cleaner, a little more sleek. And then if you're leaning toward more of the traditional side, we've got the Hudson dining table, giving you more of that like farmhouse vibe. I have to say that what's really nice about these pieces, a lot of our dining tables do have extension leaves as well. So it really gives you the ability to customize the space that you're working with. And again, going back to durability, I actually own our Hudson dining table, and I've got a pretty big family. And I have to tell you, I purchased this when I first started with the company, and it has held up against every spill imaginable, every art project. So again, if you're looking for something that really will hold up with that type of clientele, like highly recommend those two dining tables. And then going on, just to show you a little more of our best-selling classics and other categories that we do offer. We've got some really great pieces like our Hunter sideboard. I think what's great about our brand is that we do offer a lot of great staple pieces that again can mix really well into a wide variety of styles. And the Hunter sideboard is a great example of that. It's just got a really nice presence in person. There's that beautiful shaker detail with the trim work around it. So really, really great piece for us that's done exceptionally well. And then if you are looking for something a little more on the feminine side, we have a lot of great bedroom lines, Stella being one of them shown on the bottom left there. It is available in two finishes. We've got the matte white. We're introducing much more of that like light honey oak color and just really beautiful brass detailing. And then in terms of occasional, one of our clients' most beloved collections is anything from our cane line. If you're looking for something just to add like subtle texture, softness, our cane collection, which we're showing our end table here, and then our console in that left lifestyle image, just a beautiful way to elevate any space. And then again, something that we're known for, right, is that going back to that rope detail. We've introduced that in a lot of our club chairs, the Pacific on the right in that lifestyle image being one of our top sellers. It's just got that intricate rope design wrapped around the frame. And then we've also done that with our one of our best-selling beds, I should say, which is the Malay bed. And that's featured on the bottom right lifestyle image. It's got just a really pretty Abaca rope detail wrapped around, done in a washed finish. So this has been a huge hit. It's available in the three standard sizes, so queen, standard king, and cal king. And then just to touch on our upholstery, we have a lot of great options from sofas to sectionals. We've introduced a sleeper sofa into our line. But shown here is our Haven sofa. Again, another best-selling classic for us that's been in our line for quite some time. Now, what's great about our upholstery, a lot of the frames are solid wood frame, and we either do construction with sinuous spring or 8-way hand tie. And then another product feature is that we do offer a lot of upholstered items and dining chairs that are done in performance fabric. Now, while Haven hasn't been introduced in performance just yet, we're still working on that. We do have several items that I encourage you to check out through Daniel House Club's website. I myself have one of our modular sofas, and just to share the testament of how our product has held up, my husband thought I was crazy for wanting to purchase a textured cream linen sofa, or sectional, I should say, for our home, and I've got several boys. So if you can imagine, there was one night I'm at home and I am eating dinner. It's been a long day, and true story, I look over into our living room and my 2-year-old son, was a little ninja, he took it upon himself to color the entire side of the sectional with a pink Crayola marker. So if you can imagine how I was feeling in that moment. So I get up, I'm trying not to lose my fill in the blank, and I get up and I'm walking around this 5-piece sectional. And I mean, he had like a Harold with his purple marker moment, and that line went all the way around every single component and then on top of the ottoman. Like I'm about to start crying thinking about that and reliving it again in my head. So I had my handy, Bissell upholstery cleaner, and we've got me and my older boys, and we're just cleaning the sectional. It took some time, but true story, we were able to get all of that marker out, and my sectional is still cream, like an offshade of cream, but it's still cream today. So yeah, I have to tell you, I highly recommend our performance fabric for sure. And I know that Blake also had a very similar experience to mine. I know
Yeah.
you definitely have to share that because it's a great story.
Hopefully you can hear me because I don't have my microphone on.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Same experience. We got the Sky sofa in gray, performance fabric, and less than 24 hours later, my 2-year-old daughter took a red Sharpie to it. So we were pretty devastated, but same thing, it came right out. I think we just used water and
So
rag, yeah.
something, yeah.
But it all came out, and we still have the sofa to this day, several years later. So
So I think the lesson here, right? I have to tell you, like when I started as account manager, true story, I actually use your story when we were selling the Sky sectional when we first debuted it, and it would help me close a lot of sales. So thank you. So on that note, I think the moral of the story is that if you have children, don't give them a marker unattended, or if you are going to do that, make sure you have our product in your house. So before Robert jumps to the next slide, I do want to share that, our brand has really elevated over the last, I would say, like year, 2 years. We've taken a really big departure from a product development standpoint. And, I have to say that a big thing that I think we pride ourselves on is really listening to our customers, our reps, and getting that feedback from what everyone is hearing. So for those of you who've been with the brand for some time and are familiar with it, you may remember how our look was. And I actually, in preparation for this presentation, I was going through Daniel House Club's bulletins, and I found a product or a vendor spotlight, and I want to share it because I think this is really, really funny. So it really epitomized the look of who we were just recently, which was, I want to see if everyone can see that, just a lot of gray and white. And that's what we were known for, just very white, happy, bright furniture. And that was the feedback, was that, Essentials is doing too much white. We got to get more with the trend. I think the best part, though, of the article is the way they described us. And it says here, I like to think of them as the Diane Keaton of furniture. Everything they offer is fresh and airy, yet still very well put together. So whoever wrote that, really great job.
That sounds like how I would describe you.
So I'm excited. With that being said, I'm just listening to, that feedback we've got. We can jump into just our highlights and really how we've evolved. So Robert, if you want to share that next slide. This really leads me into where we are now as a brand. We've really introduced a lot more earthier tones, a lot more softer lines, and with that trend, just a lot of curved pieces. There's a lot more texture and a lot more color that we're doing. So we're starting to not shy away from, all the white and gray. And then our case goods, we were doing so much of that natural gray acacia you saw in our best-selling classics. And now we really leaned more into doing the warmer and darker earth tones. So this is just really a snippet of our last market at High Point, and really showcasing, again, the versatility of our line. So just in like that top left lifestyle image, if you've got a client who's looking for something a little more modern, that is our Warren bed that's featured, really low profile bed. It's got that footboard that also works as a bench as well. It's super comfortable. And then that's paired with our Highland nightstands, which are currently one of our best selling nightstands we've recently introduced. And then going down on that bottom lifestyle image, we've got our Lena sectional featured in a much more, I would say like a farmhouse, like, but updated vibe, right? So you can really mix a lot of these pieces together and to really achieve all these different looks. And then just some products that really took off for us as well this last market. On the left, we've got that jade club chair in that really pretty olive green velvet. That's been doing great. And then a best-selling swivel chair. If you're looking for something just with a really pretty back and added texture, we've got our McGuire swivel shown there, also in that boucle fabric. And then something a little more sleek with a little Art Deco inspiration is our Bronx sofa, and that's got that channel tufted detail. And then going on to the next slide, again, just kind of also still sticking to our roots. You know, we've got still some of the natural gray finishes available. The Adamo dining chair that you see there, you know, if you're looking for kind of like an elevated, I like to call it an elevated, updated Tommy Bahama vibe. I actually paired that with our Holloway dining table, which is just a really fun juxtaposition of looks at our last show, and you know, got really great response from our clients. But we're really playing up a lot of that texture. So you'll see a lot of reeded detailing now in our furniture. And then again, more of that rope that you're seeing shown here in our Caspian club chair. So that was a very, that's a new introduction from us from last market. It's just got a chunkier taupe rope. It's available in a sofa, a sectional. We also have a swivel rocker as well. Just a really elevated look for us. And then again, more of the accessories that we're starting to roll out with, the grid mirror being one of them. If you're looking to play up that, you know, that arch detail again, the curved lines we're seeing a lot of. And then one of my favorite accessories. So when I'm merchandising the showroom, I love using really great statement pieces and not too many things. And one of my favorite accessories shown here is our crew rope link. It's actually a lot more substantial in person. I have one right here. I mean, this thing is amazing. So don't use it as a dog toy. It's very heavy, but it's a nice way to tie in that rope detail from our dining chairs. So I think one of the one of the great things that we've also been introducing slowly is more color in our line. We're getting a lot of requests, believe it or not, from our East Coast customers that they wanted to see a pink bed. So we actually took another one of our best-selling beds. It's a Balboa, which is in our Live Smart Patent Pearl White, and we put it in a pink velvet fabric that's shown there in that top left lifestyle image. It's also available in a twin now. We introduced what else? A denim velvet twin bed in the Chandler collection, and that's shown in the bottom right, just a little snippet, but they're shown in our cream velvet. And then that's paired with just a really elevated dresser of ours. It's called the Cambria. It's got a beautiful marble top and leather wrap handles. One of the biggest highlights to wrap up just our most current line is on the right. It is our Belfast round dining table. Again, that play with that reeded detail around the frame or on the base. And then our current most best-selling rope dining chair is our overlay. So it's done in a natural twisted rope, and we now offer that in a counter stool as well. So, you know, this has been just really exciting for us to see how our whole line has evolved, especially just in the last year or year and a half. And so while we are no longer showing at Vegas Market, just so you know, we are really excited to introduce our summer product line that will be debuted at the end of next month. So I definitely encourage you to be on the lookout for that and check out our new product introductions that are coming soon. So on that note, on to the most exciting part, which I'm very excited to share this with you, is our new flagship showroom. We have been working on this for, gosh, almost the last 2 years now. What was going to just be a renovation ended up being a whole ground up for us. So this is going to be slated to open in fall of this year, 2025, for High Point Market. We're crossing our fingers. hoping that the cabinets come on time so we can move right in. That's kind of where we're at. And it is actually just 5 minutes away from the IHFC building where we used to be for a brief moment of time. We were also at Showplace, but the family decided to build their very own flagship showroom. So it's going to be over 23,000 square feet, 3 stories with a rooftop deck and an open bar. And then Robert, if you want to give them that lovely sneak peek of the interior, this is the inside. So a lot of attention to detail that we've been spending on all the finishes and hardware and all the things. So shown here, we've got pictures of both our reception entrances on the Wren Street side and the Main Street side. Wren Street going to be like our main focal point with just a beautiful 5-tier chandelier moment. And then on the top right, there's our hospitality area. It's just this amazing showcase kitchen with all the bells and whistles. So I can't give too much away, but our showroom was really designed to feel like a custom residential home, to really highlight our product line in the best light possible. So, definitely stay tuned for more information as we keep you updated on that. We're so excited. We really hope that this space becomes a place for everyone to come to and just feel inspired when you leave. So, just continue to stay connected with us for sure. We are, if you want to go onto that next page for me, Robert, we are, we've been working really hard as a brand to kind of refresh everything, that being our blog, our Instagram. But I encourage you to, subscribe to our blog, follow us on Instagram if you haven't done so already, and please share your projects with us if you're using our product. We would love to repost that for you. So on that note, that wraps up the whole presentation. I hope that you are excited about everything we've been doing here at Essentials, as we've been, and I will leave it to Robert then for, I guess, the next Q&A part of this.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Janna. That was really, really great. And it's really fun to see, the new items that you have and how you're rounding out your product line as well. And I think one of the more encouraging things that I saw, pardon me, at last market was color. And we had so many years where it was just neutrals and, things like that. And it was really nice to see color coming back. And so it's lovely that you guys are, also following that. And yeah, so we can't wait to visit you guys in the fall. We'll have our whole team there, which will be a lot of fun.
Oh, for sure. Yes. I'm trying to get Blake and Courtney to come out too. Blake's like, stop asking me to come to High Point. It's only a 6-hour flight. It's fine.
And you're also Orange County based, which is where I'm from. So,
Oh, okay. Right on.
I haven't lived there for many years, but yeah, I moved away when I was 18. So
Okay.
I won't do the math there. So, but yeah, definitely hometown, which is very cool. Well, thank you both very much, Blake and Janna. Very much appreciate you being on this call and providing us with some education on your product. And yeah, I encourage everybody, obviously, to to follow Essentials for Living on Instagram, as well as their blog. Very good information. Also, their website has a lot of very good information. We can also extract that information for you as well. So feel free to utilize us and our concierge services team. We're just about 7 minutes ahead of the hour, so we're just a little bit ahead of schedule. But if anybody has any questions at this point, feel free to raise your hand, speak up, put in chat messages. And if not, oh, we have a raised hand. Missy, yes. You're muted, by the way, just so you know. Nope.
Sorry,
Oh, there we
I
go.
could
There you
not
go.
find that. My bad. Hi, how are you?
Good. How are
Um,
you? Nice to see
Good.
you on here. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have a question. I have a lot of clients that want a long table that you showed in your first slide. What is that made of? Is that teak?
The first two tables that I showed you, that was our Adler dining table and our Hudson dining table. So those are actually indoor. And for a lot of our dining table pieces, we use like a solid wood veneer wrapped over MDF.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And then for your outdoor pieces, Janna, what are they primarily comprised of, the materials?
Gray teak. So we have gray
Okay.
teak that we use, and we've actually introduced a new finish. It's our weathered ever teak. And so we're going to slowly, just so you know, start phasing out our gray teak items. This new finish, it's multiple layers of this polyurethane finish, and it's supposed to really keep the color, whereas our gray teak line currently, it will gray over time. So this is something that we are slowly rolling out.
Great. Any other questions? No? All right. We'll just do a few last minute housekeeping items, and then we can sign off because it'll be the top of the hour. Well, thanks again, both Janna and Blake, for joining us as our special guests this month. And we hope to have you back soon. And we will see you all at High Point. And for all of our members who are on, you can also reach out to our concierge services team at any time. We are available Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern time. And we are available obviously over the phone, by email and live chat. So if you need to get in touch with us for any reason, feel free to do that. Or you can also schedule a one-on-one video teleconference, as I mentioned a couple of times during the training portion of this. We're happy to help in any way. If you want to just bounce ideas off of us, we also have many of our members who send us their floor plans as well as their mood boards, and they say, hey, can you find us product? We do that level of concierge service as well for our members. So it's not just helping out with, administrative things. It's actually helping out on the creative end too, if you need that help. We're happy to make suggestions. We're happy to make product recommendations to you. We're also happy to search for product for you and also add product. I think we talked about that a little bit. We don't have every single variant of every single product from all of our vendors because we work with many different vendors. So if you come across a variant or even a custom or COM item that you wish to order, if it's a vendor that offers custom and COM, feel free to reach out to us because we actually do coordinate the entire COM process for you as well. And also we can add custom SKUs for items, for lighting, for furniture, really anything, as long as the vendor offers that. And if you're unsure if the vendor offers it, just ask us. And we can, even if we don't know off the top of our head, then we will ask the vendor and get an answer for you. Similarly, if you need 3D layouts of furniture, if you need any additional specifications, you can always reach out to our concierge team as well. So we're really there to be a full service for all of our members. And I know Peter's probably sick of me saying this, but I call it cradle to grave management of sourcing. It's everything from, sourcing, recommendation, suggestion, through to collaborating with your client and sharing, to transacting, shipping, and post delivery. So we also handle damage and warranty claims, as well as any defect claims as well. So we manage that entire process for you. Yeah, and Peter's sitting across the room from me, so he's given me a few pointers today. So wanted to quickly mention, coming up in the next 3 weeks, we will have our Founders Day sale, which is our largest sale of the year. And I mention it because the next time we meet as a concierge hour, the sale will have already passed. So it's July 17th through the 19th. And it's our largest sale of the year. You get an additional 20% off, and it's a very good deal. So we look forward to seeing all of you in the club to purchase, as well as getting your requests in, your product requests to have product added for the sale ahead of time. But we will also have extra help over that Saturday, that Friday and Saturday, to help you guys with getting your orders in accordingly. So yeah, we look forward to seeing everybody there, and we will see you at the next Concierge Hour, which is actually the last day of July. It's July 31st. So it'll be that Thursday at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Thank you guys very much for joining, and we'll see you in July. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.